So here it is, the end of the day, and I'm tired. Woke up this morning to an attack, actually. Yeah, I'm not surprised either. I was expecting it. Yep. It's Brenda Mondragon, see if I can get the last names right, and Shelly Seidenberg. Hit me today at work that, you know what? I had put the links to my criticisms out there, obviously, for Shelly over a month ago. I guess it was, whenever the whole thing started up. She didn't have anything to say about it. And I made an extremely generous offer, actually, that she has apparently passed on. So now I know where you stand. And I don't know that I'm going to make that offer to either one of you girls again. You probably just missed out on the only chance you ever had to actually raise your standards. Yeah. But I'm thinking to myself, well, being that Brenda did what she did over, me criticizing her unprofessional presentation, 10 seconds out of a 27-minute video, she thought she could, you know, make a claim when I have a fair use right. Yeah, and that's still pending. YouTube did the right thing and decided to let Brenda decide whether or not she's going to sue me or not for me criticizing her for, being a thirst trap. And I found that. I've got some screenshots. And if she does decide to take me to court, she's going to look like an idiot and a whore. So, Brenda, I guess that's up to you. But anyway, point being is I know these two have talked. I know how chiropractors are. I know how they are. And what I'm figuring is that Brenda probably gets a hold of, because I said something to Brenda last night, so I'm sure they probably talked long on the phone last night. Chances are good. And Brenda says something to Shelly. Well, if you do this right here, we can do that. And I'm like, you know what? That's conspiracy. Yep. And the ultimate goal is to take my channel down, is what they're wanting to do, which is to silence my voice. And so basically, that's a conspiracy to defraud the public. Yeah. Yeah, because that way the public, in their, feeble minds, wouldn't have access to the knowledge that I'm presenting here. Girls, I have a website, and all I have to do is write a page with your names in it, which I have yet to do, but I can do that. And I can tell you a nice little story about a chiropractor that came from Texas who ended up in New Zealand. He found me from looking up his buddy, Kent Bartel. When he found my page regarding what took place between me and him on that one, he's like, wow, you're not scared and you just put it out there. I said, yeah, I'm honest. So there's really no way you can keep me quiet. I'm patient and I'll bide my time. And I'm thinking that it's fair use on the second matter too. What I find interesting is that YouTube backed me up, and the concern that I had was real about the little boy that had no say in, how he got manhandled that day. And me and my sister talked about it at length tonight about how we were kind of scared of Grandpa when we were kids. But I can tell you there's a big difference in what he did and what she did. And I know what's right and what's wrong, and what she's doing is wrong. Because here's what I told my sister. I said, matter can only exist in one space at a time, basically. She said, well, that makes sense. You can't be in two places at once. I said, right. So here's my question. When the chiropractors crack the neck both directions, when they twist the head and do their snapping one way and then the other, what are they doing? Because if the bone is only in one place, why are they moving in two different directions? And I know what they're going to say. They're going to say, oh, keep it even. Well, if it's out in a specific direction, doesn't it make sense to bring it back to center? And that's what I do. So I understand which bone it is. I know which way it's moved. I know where it belongs, and I know how to fix it. And they're just popping any which direction. And what I find really, really dangerous is that I see Shelly and Shelly Seidenberg she goes through her motions of making her so-called adjustments to all these different joints, and she gauges whether or not something needed to be adjusted or not, whether or not she gets a pop after she makes an attempt. And I seen something recently where something about the knee. Yeah, it was Bo Hightower's wife. Um, one knee didn't pop and one knee did. Oh, well, one joint was good because it didn't pop. Well, why are you going to try to pop it if it's good? So I do not mess with the joints that aren't out of place. And everything that you're trying to so-called adjust can't even partially dislocate. Mm-mm. What you're doing is you're forcing range of motion, which ultimately is creating hypermobility in the joints. I don't know why you can't see that.